Cancer, let's start with your reading. Today, we are going to look into the energies around you at the moment, and then we will take a look into the events coming up for you in the next few months. Let's now start with your main energy. All right, I love this message. Your first message today is there's nothing sexier than my authentic truth. I love when this card comes up, not only for the message itself, a message that invites you to be yourself unapologetically and to not change your vision for anyone, but also because every time that it comes up, it brings such major rewards for the person who just doesn't give a crap anymore about what the other person might be thinking or how they might react to certain things that you want to say or do. There is a time for everything. And right now, it's not the time for compromising anymore. Not the time for settling or for saying yes to things you should say no to. So let's see what this message is about for you today. Let's do our 3 shuffles and let's begin with your reading. All right. Okay. So, Cancer, we have here the Queen of Wands, the Empress, and look what's underneath all of this. The Page of Cups reversed. Oh my God. This is a major combination of energies that talks about someone who is actually obsessed with the other person. Energies go both ways, as you know. This could be you or someone who is developing a very powerful interest toward you instead. Overall, here we have someone who truly sees the other person as relationship material, someone beautiful with a lot of confidence, and someone who checks all the boxes for them. But at the same time, obviously, they perceive the other person as someone who might be out of their league. Regardless of that being true or not, this is what they think whenever they think about them. And although this might sound nice and sweet in a way, it's actually creating all bunch of issues that we see here with the Page of Cups being reversed. In fact, this is somebody who's holding back as much as they can. Someone who's acting in a way that makes them appear distant or not interested, whereas instead they are interested. And if this is someone you're dealing with, we see how they might have disappeared at some point, or perhaps they haven't made an official move towards you yet, or potentially they keep giving you mixed messages, mixed signals because of the insecurities that at this moment in time surround every action they take, every word they say as well. The main message that I get from this person is, I'm not even going to try. I already know how it is with people that I'm really into. It always ends up the same way. And so why should I lead myself on? But regardless, the connection is there. The need to invest in this and really do something with what they're feeling is definitely there, given the Six of Pentacles. And although right now perhaps not much is happening, we see how they're still focused on you, paying attention to you, to what you do, in order to see if perhaps you are going to make a move. This just feels to me as a waiting game, and I don't think that the current round is over yet. But in the middle of the reading, we have the Six of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, and since you are coming up as the Queen of Pentacles, Cancer, this is definitely not a good sign for the other person. And the reason being is that currently you're not into the chase. You're not going to chase. You're not going to try to force something that is just not happening, or that at least is not happening with ease. And although you might also be interested, you are over that phase of your life where you would always get out of your comfort zone in order to make someone else comfortable. With the Strength coming up here, you are ready for someone to take the lead already. When it's time to take the lead, someone who's strong enough to come forward and be bold about their feelings without thinking that those feelings are a sign of weakness. In the past, you might have romanticized these type of situations, maybe trying to justify the fact that some people have hard time communicating their feelings, in a way babysitting their own emotions. But I think that behavior brought you to very complicated situations and outcomes, always ending up with people who were not emotionally available, and often sacrificing things that for you are important, but that you just felt the other person couldn't give to you. And so you might have ended up settling in the past more times than you can remember, and ended up in this Six of Swords position, always finding yourself having to move on from these situations that you once invested into. And so right now, you are ready to say no when it's time to say no. I definitely see that here. You don't have to be with someone. It's not a requirement. With this Queen of Pentacles, honestly, you have everything you need. You feel good in your skin and you know your worth. If you are going to open up to someone and let someone in, it's going to be because it's worth it. It's going to be because they are an addition to your life, and not something that it's going to subtract instead. And it's going to be because they meet your needs this time. So right here, we have the Seven of Wands, Death Rebirth, and this Ace of Cups here, of course. I mean, first thing that I want to say is congratulations, Cancer. You have just broken a major cycle in your life, Death Rebirth. The cards don't bring up messages like this one just randomly. The fact that this specific person has come up in your reading, it's because with their energy, they're bringing a permanent change in your life. Often, we tend to look for the major changes, for the major transformations happening through big events. But we fail to see that instead, big transformations are triggered by small changes in your environment. And this is an example of it. What we see is that by you really feeling as though you don't want to pursue something that comes in with so much struggle already, with so much work, and by you creating boundaries with this Seven of Wands up here, finally acting without an urge, but just acting when it's really time to act, you have sent this message out into the universe and towards this person as well, which is causing a shift in energies and outcomes. We see that you're going to fall in love after all. Not sure yet if it's going to be with a previous person or if it's someone new coming in after you fully make clear what it is that you stand for. Seven of Wands again. We see love coming your way, a cycle that ends, and a brand new one that begins. And honestly, I see you manifesting this happiness moment soon in the future, able to finally not only be happy right next to someone, but also being proud of how you got there. And this is a priceless feeling. You see that these boundaries are actually attracting a lot towards you. We see ones, we see movement, we see messages, and someone moving towards you this time officially. So we definitely have a lot to clarify. Let's not wait any longer and let's start clarifying. I want to see what is coming your way with this Ace of Cups, trying to perhaps identify who this person might be, how they're going to enter or re-enter your life, and what you should expect from this in the next few months. This is going to change your world, and potentially by this time next year, the life around you will have completely transformed. So let's look into all of this. If you want to dive deeper into the messages, Cancer, just follow me in the extended reading link below in the description box. Also, don't forget that every single week, I randomly select viewers who have watched the extended video to offer them a 100% free personal 30-minute live reading. The reading is live. We will talk face-to-face on webcam, of course, so get ready for that. I select people every Monday morning and I send out emails. Make sure to check out your spam folder as well, please. Now, stay tuned for the extended preview coming right up after this. Welcome back to your extended reading, Cancer. The bridging energy taking us from this current situation to the incoming events is the Star. And honestly, this is one of the most beautiful cards in the deck. What we're seeing right here is that something is going to happen at the right time. As soon as you let go of something, as soon as you really act in a way that doesn't come from an urge, from something that you need, right here we see it coming back towards you better and stronger than what it was when you were hoping for it. This at times talks about someone coming back from the past, rebuilding confidence, rebuilding hope after difficulties, obviously, but also it talks about an unexpected attraction with someone who you really thought was not that interested in this, but who will turn out being way more interested than you even are yourself. So with the Star, you know that you're not going to be single for much longer. And something comes in, but it's not just anything. It's something that this time might really take you to a completely different outcome than the ones that you usually experience in these situations, especially when it comes to specific people. So let's see what this is going to be about. And let's immediately clarify this 3 of Wands, 8 of Wands, to see what's moving towards you in the near future. Okay. All right. I mean, you got both the Star and the 9 of Cups. This really talks about wishes coming true. An old wish that maybe at this point you have even given up on, but that it's going to present itself to you when you least expect it. The first thing that we see is